Hi everybody, thanks for checking out this video here on G for G, Games for Gamers. I'm your host Napalm Dawn. Today we're going to talk about some tips and tricks for people that are just installing Marvel Avengers Alliance 2. Hopefully we're looking at a global release. For those who are unaware, it is now showing up on the iTunes store, and it is now showing up on the Google Play Store, at least in the States. So the first thing that I want to do right off the bat is I'm going to show you guys an excellent resource for the game. Now, it is still in its infancy, but it is in a really good spot right now and will really help, especially for trying to figure out some daily missions. So the first thing that we're going to do is take a look at the Avengers Alliance 2 wiki. As you can see, the game is up over here. And I'm going to minimize that. See, there it is on the Play Store. So if you come to the Avengers Alliance 2 wiki, which is Avengers Alliance 2, all one word, .wikia.com, this is a really good spot for resources. You find out about some current events, and there's some information down here. This is really, really big. This is where you can find some things out. There are daily tasks in the game, and for a beginner, the daily tasks get a little confusing. They are things that are pretty obvious, like play 3 PvP matches, stuff like that. But then there are some harder ones like kill 10 aliens, and you're like, well, where are the aliens? So come over here to this site and you can find out about it. So for example, cornering the market, that one's easy. Use 3 power cells in the store. Fusion dance, empower heroes. PvP stuff, play 3, win 3. Friends are forever, bring 3 allies into fights. Do a scouting mission, complete any mission, defeat mini-bosses. Here are the chapter-specific ones, these guys down here. Defeat Ultron robots, defeat Syndicate members, defeat aliens, defeat Hydra, and defeat AIM. This site will tell you where to go to find them. So, for example, defeat Ultron robots, go to chapter 2.5 on normal. If you have to defeat alien grunts, go to chapter 3.1 or 3.6. So, taking a look at my tasks for the day, they're here under this daily category. Complete a mission, use power cells, team up with heroes. So, to use the power cells for that daily, you go to the store and you're given 2 a day. You're given a renewable every day. And this is what gives you crystals that are equipped on heroes. You are given a power cell per day, which could be anything. That's the upgrade gas over there. And then basically you get 2 out of the 3. And then just use any of your other ones and you'll get the 3rd. Cornering the market is definitely one of the easiest ones to do on a given day. Now, for the empowering daily, what you do is you go to a hero who is not capped out. So basically what happens is every 10 levels, a hero hits a cap. In order for the hero to break the cap, you need to have certain items. And these are from the scouting missions. When you empower a hero, you are given a choice of all your level up gas over here. The color of the hero denotes where you get a bonus from. So because my Spider-Man is a scrapper, I'm going to hit the scrapper button. And all of these will give me a bonus because I'm applying scrapper gas to a scrapper. The colorless ones will actually also give a bonus too. So you have all of the colors, and then you have basically this neutral one, which winds up giving you a bonus, as you can see. So if you are running a little low on a specific color and you want to level somebody, you can go ahead and give them the colorless gas and it will work. Over here under abilities, everything is either long press or short press in the game. If you long press on an ability, it will give you some information about it, including the upgrades and what you have currently. Key things: damage rating, whether it's AoE or single target, range, projectile, etc., and speed. Things that are fast, like this one, means that your turn comes up again quicker. Basically, this game is very similar to, say, Final Fantasy X's ATB system, where, longer abilities put you on a cooldown before acting again for, a longer stretch, whereas quicker abilities, like very fast, if I was to use Spider Sense, Spider-Man's next turn will come up a little bit quicker. Under the Equip tab, this is where you can equip ISOs. Again, matching colors give you bonuses. So see how these three down here have a purple border? If I equip purple ISOs over here, I'm going to get a bonus. Now, ISOs give you stats, but they also give you passives when you complete them. So right over here, if we take a look at this crystal, it's part of the Unstoppable set. 2 Unstoppable says that my attacks bypass protectors. So that means if somebody's protecting on the enemy team, Spider-Man is not forced into hitting them. I also have the Alert ISO set, which says I can hit stealthy characters. So that means Spider-Man basically controls the battlefield for me. Not every set actually gives you 2 for 2. Some sets go in 4 and some sets go in 6. And let's see if we can give you an example of that. So over here, we see the reinforcing set is only 2. Rejuvenating is 2. But the coordinating ISO is 6. 50% chance to counterattack when an ally is attacked. This is so strong, it's going to require 6 slots in order to work. I can't do that right now, so I may as well actually give me something that can give me a bonus. Like this belligerent set is 4, increases free attack. Free attack is what we know in Marvel Avengers Alliance 1 is like a follow-up attack. So the heroes that are in the game, you can see here. You can actually have duplicates of a character provided their costume is different. I am allowed to bring Age of Ultron Hawkeye and regular Hawkeye into a match with me, be it PvP or PvE. So if you get an alternate uniform of somebody, you can use them both, unlike Marvel Avengers Alliance 1. So I have Wasp and Thor, Hawkeye, Luke Cage, Hank Pym, Vision, Iron Fist, Black Panther, Captain Marvel, Gamora, Spider-Man, and Age of Ultron Hawkeye. I am missing Black Widow, who is in a really good spot right now. Black Widow is known to be quite a killer in PvP. Captain America, Hulk, Iron Man, Ant-Man, Age of Ultron Captain America, Daredevil, Groot. You can all get Groot for free if you had pre-registered for the game on their website. Age of Ultron Iron Man, Star-Lord, Age of Ultron Vision, War Machine, Angela, who is a PvP reward, Black Widow, Age of Ultron, Drax, Electro, who you can earn from a chapter, Heimdall, which was the second PvP, Age of Ultron Hulk, MODOK, Moon Knight, Nebula, who is a chapter, Rocket Raccoon, She-Hulk, Miles Morales, who is the current PvP reward, Spider-Woman, and Thor from Age of Ultron. So there has been 1 Spec Ops and 3 PvPs that have existed before the game has gone global. The PvP gave you Ant-Man, and the Spec Ops gave you Ant-Man, and the 3 PvPs gave you Miles Morales, Angela, and Heimdall. So some more tips and tricks. Your friends are here under the head. This is your ally code. You take this ally code and you give it to people, and then they can add you. Basically, if you look down this list over here, these are allies that I am friends with, which goes into one of the dailies. Their hero that is presented here is basically the leader of their current party. As a piece of advice, you always want to leave your leader when you're not playing as being either somebody very, very strong, like you see a lot of near 30s and high 20s and everything like that, or somebody, I mean, you have three choices. Leave it as your strongest character, leave it as a very popular character, like say a new PvP reward, or leave it as a character that you know is going to be requested quite often for a chapter. So, for global people, a lot of people are going to be back here in Chapter 1. You can see here by the reward who the team up for the boss of that chapter is going to be. So if I take a look at the Doc Ock chapter, that's Spider-Man. That's Iron Fist. That's Luke Cage. That is Daredevil. That is Moon Knight. And that is Spider-Man again? What is that? Yeah, Spider-Man again. Okay, so in Chapter 1 alone, Spider-Man is used twice. If you have a relatively high-level Spider-Man, and you make Spider-Man your leader when you are done playing for the day, your allies can team up with your Spider-Man, and that's how you get those silver rewards. You get them by clicking on the envelope, and you do collect all team-up rewards. Here are the people that are requesting to be your friend. Since I am nearly at 50, I have to be a little bit tight on who I accept. So I kind of go down through the list and look for either uncommon heroes or really high-level people. So you can see there's a ton of Hawkeyes here. That obviously is just not something special. So I'm going to accept that Moon Knight because I don't have a lot of Moon Knights. You know, I apologize to these people who are requesting to be my friend, but I have to be a little bit judicious because I'm nearing my end. You're going to have to do some friend maintenance along the way and get rid of people that just don't help you out. Like, there is a level 10 Groot down here on my list that I really want to get rid of because he's level 10, but he's the only Groot that I know of. So I'm going to leave this guy. But if anybody was, you know, if you have an ally that is just really far below you, bounce them out and make room. But, you know, if you only have 10, 15, 20 allies, keep all the ones you can definitely get. So now the way that it works with allies is that you go into a mission. Couple things. It's really, really good if you can leave a mission open at the end of your day. So say you got done playing the game, and you're done, you're like, okay, I'm out of time to play this game today. I'm done with it. I'll come back and play tomorrow. If you haven't completed a mission, that's good, because if you get the daily that says complete a mission, then what happens is you have something really short to do the next day. Like today I have the daily of completing a mission. So because this mission's already in progress, it makes it that much quicker. Also, inventories do eventually become an issue. As you can see here, I'm running 102 power cells out of my inventory cap of 100. So unfortunately, I need to start selling some. What I like to do is I like to sell duplicates, or ones where I have a higher level of the same crystal. So I'm looking at here at my red. See, I have a 3-star and a 1-star. I'm going to sell that one. That's a duplicate. I'm going to sell that one. Looking over here at the clear. This is a weaker duplicate of that, so I'll sell that. Let's see, a 1-star and a 3-star, sell that. So that's some of the maintenance you may have to do. And by the way, the silver cap in this game is 250k silver. I've hit the silver cap, which is mind-blowing. Something that happens when you are working with your teams for missions. If you set your heroes that you want to do for a mission, and you set the ally that you want to bring, and you go to another screen before you go into the mission and come back. Hi, Arthas. Arthas the cat saying hi. This will change. So do not set your ally if you think you may be coming off of the screen and going back, because then you'll lose your work. But your team will be set. Now, the way that this goes is that when you are not doing PvP, not doing scouting missions, and not doing spec ops, you get to bring an ally's hero with you. They always take up this slot. These are your teammates, so you have 5 and 1. Everybody on reserves gets the experience of everybody who is actually in the fight. So he's a level 7 going up against level 19. He's going to get his ass kicked, so he's just on reserves to level up. What I like to do with my allies is that I go for medium to weaker allies for trash fights, but I save the really strong allies for boss fights. If you can get your hands on Wasp early on, do it, because Wasp is a very, very good character from beginners to pros alike. Wasp is a phenomenal tank in the game. So if you happen to be a World of Warcraft player, you know what it's like to have a tank. Most tanks stand in the front line, and they're tanks because of high hit points and high armor, usually like from plate. Well, there are other tanks in the game, like monks, druids, and soon to be demon hunters, that tank off of agility and weaker apparel, like usually leather, and they basically tank by high hit points and dodging blows. Well, believe it or not, that's what Wasp does. Wasp is an evasion tank, and she's very, very good at her job. She got nerfed a little bit somewhat recently, but she is a phenomenal tank for beginners in the game, because she just basically dodges everything, and she makes people miss and do low damage, graze, etc. So if you can get your hands on Wasp, she's definitely a very good hero to get early on. As you can see, she just dodged that, and she dodged that, and she dodged that. Iron Fist is a good healer to get early on. Thor is also a very good player. Iron Man is a very good player. And at this point, Black Widow has hit a major power spike. She is a very strong hero to have right now. So your dailies, when you have the dailies to bring allies, you want to make sure that you bring people who are not grayed out in your allies list. Those are people who are already your friends, and you get credit. If you get into a fight where you are forced to use a hero that you do not have, or a hero that none of your friends have, what happens is the game gives you a team up from Edwin Jarvis. That is this game's version of Tony Stark from Marvel Avengers Alliance 1, or Tom from MySpace. You know that guy that when you created your MySpace account, he was immediately your friend? Well, that's Edwin Jarvis. Edwin Jarvis is the game's AI, and always has the hero that you need if you cannot get it any other way. The problem is sometimes that hero tends to be slightly underpowered, and maybe not has the greatest moveset. So that's why you really want to make sure you have a variety of allies. And if you have the ability to make a leader on your team, somebody who's very, very requested, like Spider-Woman, Spider-Man, Luke Cage's got a couple missions he's needed. Moon Knight. Yeah, that's a good way to get popular and a good way to get silver in your mailbox every single day. The game is a lot of fun. The game's graphics, I think, are great. It looks really pretty on higher power higher power tablets like Samsung Galaxy Tabs 3 and higher, the Nvidia Shield. It looks phenomenal. If you know how to sideload things on like a Google Nexus player or the Shield TV, you can play this on the big screen, which I actually would like to try later. I sideloaded it on my Shield TV, and I can't wait to see what this looks like on a big screen and stereo sound and everything. But you can turn down the graphics if it does give you a little bit of problems. There are some settings to lower that, and I can show you that as soon as this battle is done. There's Big Lips the Sentinel. It's not your standard Sentinel that we're used to seeing. This is a Kree version of it. Your abilities and your heroes have star levels in this game, and you level that up by going and doing trials. The trials are typically for the moves. They're very simple. They're like use X ability 5 times, 10 times, etc., etc. To level the hero's star level, it's usually things like take Hawkeye to 5 PvP matches, have Wasp kill MODOK. So they're definitely entertaining and varied, and they're not as simple as leveling the ability. So, okay. Taking a look at some of the other tips and tricks for the game over here. The gear is your settings. This is where you can set the graphics. This is where you can set music and sound effects, syncing with Google Play, logging in with Facebook. You absolutely want to do this ASAP. The reason is that now your data is stored in the cloud. And, you know, here is like all your trophies and everything go into this. Okay. You definitely want to do a Facebook one as soon as possible. If you do not have a Facebook account, create a dummy Facebook account and sync it. The reason is that that's the only time you get the cloud data for this game. If you install this on your device and then you say, like, you wipe out your phone and you start back from scratch, or you uninstall this and reinstall it to troubleshoot, you will lose your progress. People are complaining about this already because when they were able to get the game in countries that had it. Do not miss the Facebook part. The Google Play one, I don't necessarily know is going to create a cloud sync. It may only do your achievements, but definitely get in there, sync it up with Facebook the moment you install this game, and then you're safe. Because now you can put it on multiple devices, and I think that would allow you to do both Android and iOS once you create that Facebook sync. So do that as soon as you possibly can. So now, for the daily tasks, you can see here I have one of my 3 allied heroes. I've done the power cells in the market. I just need to team up with 2 more heroes and complete that mission that I'm on. So I have another task out of the way for getting Nebula. And that was to defeat Kree sentries. So your commander, as you can tell in this game, does not compete in combat. He just oversees everything. Your leader, you can see here, because your leader will always be standing in front of the deployment table. And let's see, what else can we talk about? The little radio tower is the news. This is out of date. It's 1.05. But it gives you some news over here, like Chapter 4 is coming. the new heroes that are in the store. It gives you a reminder to connect with Facebook. You can use gold for heroes. One thing that I like to do is I do not like to use the red power cells unless I get a new hero. Seem to be having some graphics corruptions here. The reason being is that it only gives you abilities for heroes that you own. So when you know that you have a lot of abilities right now, using those is a waste. However, if you get a duplicate, it converts it into shield points. So getting duplicates is actually not a bad idea. So there you go. There's like some of the Google Play achievements that are available. And by completing chapter tasks, that's how you get the hero. So I'm really, really close to getting Electro. I just need to get a few more tasks out of the way. So, there you go, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video on beginner tips and tricks here from Marvel Avengers Alliance 2. Now that we are facing a global release, by the way, I'm playing this on my computer via one of the best Android emulators that I know about. It's called Nox. Google it, NOX, really good, very good way of playing it on a computer, and you even get to enjoy it on a nice big screen like this. But higher powered tablets will definitely play the game better than this. So, hope you enjoyed the video, guys. Hope it was helpful for you. Take care.